What's up, you guys? Welcome to this week's Manga Sutra Manga review. And in this week's video, we're going to be talking about a mature psychological horror drama called I Am a Hero. I Am a Hero starts off with our main character, who is an assistant mangaka artist by the name of Hideo Suzuki. Now, while we go about Suzuki's day-to-day life, we hear background news reports of people being randomly attacked and bitten, hinting at the future infected outbreak to come. Now, while I Am a Hero falls under the zombie and infected subgroup in the horror genre, we don't immediately jump into that when we read I Am a Hero. In fact, we're kind of caught off guard with a more psychological aspect of horror when we encounter Hideo Suzuki's images and illusions that he sees. We also see that Hideo Suzuki talks to himself and goes on monologues that he thinks he has with other people, when in reality he's sitting there talking to himself. And when he's engaging with other people, we find that he's often talking to himself. Now, in the first few chapters, it makes the reader often skeptical of whether the people he's talking to are real and whether the events that he's experiencing are real. However, in later chapters, he demonstrates the ability to discern between reality and illusion. Now, one of the things that made me late to reviewing I'm a Hero is that years ago I read it and I dropped it after the first chapter, and that was because I was impatient with I Am a Hero and I had different expectations than I do today. And I Am a Hero, what won me over with it now is that I Am a Hero captures realism at its finest. The main character, Hideo Suzuki, is relatable in a variety of ways, whether it's his mannerisms, whether it's his outlook on life, or whether it's his situation in life. He's 35 years old, he hasn't accomplished anything as far as his manga is concerned, and he fears that his girlfriend's cheating on him. And in a lot of ways, reading about Hideo Suzuki's life is in many ways depressing, but in many ways it hits too close to home with a lot of readers. And that's what I love about I Am Hero, because it doesn't try to present to you this over glamified outlook on life. It doesn't try to hit you with these unrealistic situations. It hits you with the life and the perspective of an everyday person, of somebody who is going nowhere. And when the outbreak hits, when the outbreak with the infected hits, another way I Am a Hero captures realism, or captures like reality, or hits too close to reality, is that in several scenes, like one scene on the subway on a train, there's an infected and there's a guy fighting or holding down the infected, asking for assistance. And a lot of people are either on their phones or just sitting by watching or insulting the old man altogether. And this hits too close to reality, and a lot of times, especially when it comes to public transportation, where a lot of people would rather sit back and watch a conflict go down than interfere or openly help or assist the other party. Now, another situation is when everybody's trying to get to one safe spot and they're completely oblivious to the people being bitten and killed in front of them or around them. They're completely oblivious to their own surroundings, and they're just talking about their own lives as if other people are not being turned and killed around them until it is too late. Now, a lot of people critique the character designs that the artist has for I Am a Hero. They critique that the main character is in many ways unattractive or unappealing, and a lot of other characters in the manga are ugly. And I think that this fits I Am a Hero perfect. It doesn't try to be perfect. It doesn't try to be like other mangas. It doesn't try to follow a generic art style. It doesn't try to give you this cartoonish version of things. It tries to give you something that's real, that hits close to reality. And in a lot of ways, because the characters are ugly or not aesthetically pleasing, when some turn and become infected, and when others are killed, or when there's gore, or when there's action or violence, it amplifies and it enhances the horror aspect. It enhances the psychological aspect. it really conveys the emotion of the characters, and I think the artist perfectly captured that. And another thing that I like about the art style is that the artist perfectly nails these one panel pages and these panoramic shots and these fish angle views and everything like that. It's just perfect, and each panel itself just could easily be a standalone, and that's what I just love about it. Each one of them could just be a thumbnail for a video or just wallpaper or anything like that, and I just love that. Now, what else do I have to critique about it? It was definitely slow on the uptake when it came to getting to the infected outbreak. But if I'm being completely honest with the author, I could have went on to read about Hideo Suzuki's life and not hear a thing about the infected outbreak, and I would have been content with that because he's so relatable and his situation in life is so relatable. But also another thing that I like about I Am a Hero that makes it worth reading is Hideo Suzuki's own outlook. And the way one line he really got me with is he was on a bridge with his friends, or he was on a bridge by himself, and he said something along the lines of, I don't want to be, or I don't need to be the hero of my own story, but at least just let me be the main character of my own life. And that almost brought me to tears. That almost brought me to tears because I think a lot of us want that. A lot of us don't need to be celebrities. A lot of us don't need to be wealthy. We don't need to be over the top with a lot of things. A lot of us just want to be happy. A lot of us just want to fulfill certain dreams and goals that we've set for ourselves. They don't have to be these far off things. They can just be modest goals. A lot of us just want that little tiny tinge of happiness that eludes us. A lot of us want to know that our lives mean something, that at least in the moment our lives mean something to us and that we have lived it to some extent. Also, one thing I also like about it is maybe the author is probably hinting this subliminally, is that when Hideo Suzuki was submitting his manga to be serialized, an editor was pointing out how the main character was almost non-existent. And another character pointed out that a good manga doesn't need the main character to stand alone. It doesn't need the character to stand out. That a good manga makes it so the main character almost falls into the background, and that the reader can become the main character, that the reader can be integrated into the story. And there's other moments where Hideo Suzuki goes on a monologue about how a good manga is a manga that can be read 100 years from now over and over and over and over and over again. And another character argues that a good manga is meant to be something of a counterculture. It's meant to be something that lasts only for a small period of time to be thrown away, to only last for a moment. It's kind of like the Daidara Sasori type of argument that art is bang and it only lasts for a moment, versus Sasori's view that art is something that's eternal or lasts for a long period of time. Now, what I like about the argument itself, or at least with the editorial moment, is that with I Am a Hero, Hideo Suzuki could be anyone. The dude's 35, his life's not going anywhere, he hasn't accomplished anything too grand as far as his manga series are concerned, and he believes that his girlfriend's cheating on him with her ex. This could be any one of us. This could be anyone that could be in this position. Any one of us could one day wake up to find ourselves in this type of scenario that Hideo Suzuki is in. And he's not this over-the-top handsome character. He's not this over-the-top attractive character. He's not rich. He's not well-to-do. He's not the super skilled person with a particular set of skills like Liam Neeson. He has cowardly moments. He's human. He's human. And that's what is so good about I Am a Hero, because as a reader, you can easily insert yourself into his position and feel a part of the story. And if I Am a Hero doesn't win any awards in any other place, it definitely wins it on this channel. I would recommend I Am a Hero. I would recommend giving it a read. I would definitely recommend buying it. Take a look at it. Read it for a couple of chapters. Comment what you think about it. Comment other mangas that you think are similar to it that I should probably read and review and talk about on this channel. This is VM. Bye.